Hello, welcome to our channel. In this video, we will look at the X method of factoring trinomials, ax squared plus bx plus c. This is one of the easiest ways of factoring trinomials like this one. So here is the basic idea about this method. Given ax squared plus bx plus c, we want to draw a cross like this one first. And then we want to find two numbers such that the product is AC and the sum is B. So we want to find two numbers such that the product is AC and the sum is B. And once you do that, then we split B using these two numbers, and then we do some factoring. So let's look at some examples. So here is our first example. We want to factor x squared minus 2x minus 3. First step is to identify A, B, and C. So in this case, A is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1, B is -2, and C is -3. So these constants, these coefficients are A, B, and C. So once we have that, we need to look at AC, which is 1 times -3. So put AC over here, -3, and then B is -2. So we need to figure out these two numbers so that the product is -3 and sum is -2. So for that, let's look at a list of few numbers with product -3. So we can have -3, 1 to get product -3, or we can have 3 and -1. So these are the only two ways to get product -3. So now we need to look at which one will give us sum -2. The first one, we have -3 plus 1, which is -2. So this will work. So we can put -3 here and 1 over here. If you look at the second one, we have 3 minus 1, which is 2. So this will not work, but we just need one of them, and only one will work. So we just use -3 and 1. So once you figure this out, now we go back to the trinomial, to the given function. So x squared, now we can split -2x as -3x plus 1x. -3x plus x. So we still have -2x minus 3. Now the rest is just some algebra. So between these two, we can factor out x. So we are left with x minus 3 plus, so there is nothing much to factor here. Maybe we can factor out 1. So we have just x minus 3. Now we look at these two terms, this term and that term. So from here, you see x minus 3 common. So when you take x minus 3 from here out, you are just left with x. And when you take x minus 3 from here, you are left with 1, so plus 1. So these are the factors. X minus 3 and x plus 1. So we are done with this example. Let's look at the next one now. In this one, we want to factor 2x squared minus 7x plus c. So again, the first step to determine A, B, and C. So A is 2, the coefficient of x squared. B is -7, the coefficient of x, and C is the constant term, which is 6. So now again, we go to this diagram here. So we need to figure out AC. AC is 12 in this case, 2 times 6. And B is -7. So we need to look for two numbers whose product is 12 and sum is -7. So it looks like we need to factor out 12. Look at the possible factors of 12. So one of them is, of course, 12, 1. The other one can be -12, -1. The other one can be 6, 2, -6, -2. Other one can be 3 and 4, or -3, -4. So these are the possibilities. Now we look at which one of these combinations will give us the sum -7. This is 12 plus 1, which is 13. So this will not work. This is -12 minus 1, which is -13. So this will also not work. This is 6 plus 2, which is 8. Doesn't work. -6 minus 2, which is -8. Doesn't work. 3 plus 4 is 7, but we need -7. So this also doesn't work. -3 minus 4 is -7. So this one works. So we have these two numbers whose product is 12 and the sum is -7. We can put -3 here and -4 over here. So we found the numbers we need. Now we go back to the trinomial that we need to factor. And then split this -7x into -3x and -4x plus 6. So now we need to factor whatever is common from these two and whatever is common from these two. From here, you see, we can factor out x. So if you do that, you are left with 2x from the first one and just -3 from the second one. And from these two, you can factor out -2. If you do that, you are left with 2x from the first one. And from the second one, we are left with -3 because -2 times -3 will make +6. Next, we look at these two terms and see if we can factor anything. So it looks like 2x minus 3 is common in both of these. So if you take 2x minus 3 out from the first term, you are left with just x. So just x over here, minus, and you are left with 2 over here. So these are the factors of the given quadratic function, 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. All right, so we are done with this example. Let's look at the next one now. Next, we want to factor 4x squared minus 10x plus 6. So the first step is to identify a, which is 4, b, which is -10, and c, which is 6. So these are just the coefficients of x squared and x and the constant term. Once you have that, we can put down the values of a, c, and b. In this diagram here, AC is 4 times 6, which is 24. And B is -10. So we need to look for two numbers whose product is 24 and whose sum is -10. For that, let's look at some factors of 24. So we look at pairs of numbers that make product 24. So one of them is, of course, 24 and 1. The other one can be -24 and -1, because -24 times -1 is also 24. The other one can be 12 and 2. 12 times 2 is 24. -12 times -2. The other one can be 6 times 4 or -6 times -4. I think I missed 8 and 3. So because 8 times 3 is also 24. Or -8 times -3. So these are all the possible pairs of numbers that have product 24. Now we look at each of them and see which one of these give us some -10. The first one over here, 24 plus 1, which is 25. So that is not good because we need some -10. -24 minus 1, which is 25. So -25. So that is also not good. 12 plus 2 is 14. This is also not good. -12 minus 2 is -14. Not good. 6 plus 4 is 10. So that also doesn't work because we need -10. -6 minus 4 is -10. So this one will work. So that means we can put -6 here and -4 over here. So now we are ready to factor. So we have 4x squared. Now we need to split this -10x using these two numbers, -6 and -4. We can write as -6x minus 4x plus 6. From the first two terms, we see 2x common. So when you take out 2x, you have just 2x left in the first one, minus 3 left in the second one. And from these two terms, we can take out -2. So you have 2x left here, minus 3 left over here, because -2 times -3 will give us 6 back. Now we look at these two terms and see if we can factor out anything. So we see 2x minus 3 common in both of them. So 2x minus 3. If you take 2x minus 3 out from here, you are left with 2x. And if you take 2x minus 3 out from here, you are left with -2. So these two are the factors. All right, so this is all I have put together in this video. Hope it was helpful, and thank you for watching.